Hello, this is Laura from Intelligent Controls. In this video, I'm going to walk through the steps to program a set of inverters. These are shipping out today to a customer in Rhode Island. And as you can see, I'm in VictronConnect, which is the easiest way to configure simple systems with multiple inverters. I'm on a Mac and I'm using a USB-C dongle. And what we have here are two 5,000 watt multi-plus inverter chargers, and I want them to be in split phase configuration. One of them is going to be in L1, the other is in L2, and they're going to be 180 degrees out of phase. So we power up the inverters and we connect the network cable to the VE bus ports without terminators. We're just jumping them together. From their factory default settings, the inverters are ready to operate as standalone units. When connected together, they see each other and start blinking from the absorption to the inverter on LED light on the front panel. Basically, it means the inverters don't know each other yet, but they're getting ready to synchronize. If you have 3 inverters, you could set them up for 3-phase. If you have more than 4, it's probably best to use Victron's PC-based program to configure the system, but in this case, VictronConnect is the way to go. The big advantage of this program is that it allows you to do firmware updates, whereas the PC-based program, VE Configure, does not. This is handy if, say, you have 2 inverters that ship together but have different firmware versions, and the firmwares need to be identical to set up this configuration. So at the very start of the process, VictronConnect will ask if you want to update the firmware. Remember, if you are doing a firmware update, make sure you are connected to battery power. So it's asking me to configure first. The password is 3Zs, and this is not case sensitive. It says to make sure that your cables are connected, gives you some instructions, and now it identifies 2 units. The 3-phase selection is grayed out because we only have 2 inverters connected. What we want is 180 degrees or 240 split phase. When we click to start the configuration, you'll see a new blinking light pattern. Assign as L1 or L2. The one on the left is blinking, not the other, so we'll make this one L1. It really doesn't matter because there's not a master and the other a follower. But if you want to, you can write somewhere inside L1, L2, just so it's easy for you to reference later. So now the inverters are not blinking. They're ready to go. We're just waiting for VictronConnect to acknowledge. Sometimes you might need to exit VictronConnect and reopen it. So now you see the 2 inverters. Go to Settings. The password is 3Zs. And we'll toggle on lithium batteries, which changes some defaults. We'll change the charging parameters to match the battery bank. In this case, we're using PylonTech US 5000s. And because these are communicating batteries that take full advantage of Victron's DVCC function, they take over and dictate charge rate, etc. But in the event that something happens, your settings are programmed in, and there's no risk of inverters reverting back to their factory settings. So this is done and ready to ship out to the customer. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.